Hello, it's a brand new day. My computer hates me, but that's okay. Maybe this video will work this time. If not, well, I'm just talking to myself. Oh my. Let's get into it before the computer crashes in this Tuesday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Hello, it's Tuesday, the 13th of May, 2025. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. My apologies for yet another afternoon edition of the Weather Roundup video. Maybe I just need to start doing these in the afternoon permanently to make things easier, but alas, yes, this time my computer was being bad, mad, and would not stop crashing. That combined with pre-scheduled morning meetings made for a very unfortunate late video. My apologies, but if it makes you feel better, we're not dealing with thunderstorms over the next few days. Unfortunately, we're going to be dealing with something a bit less pleasant, and that is going to be very unpleasant summer heat. Let's just start. Here's the high-res rapid refresh model over the next couple of days. This is going to show that we're going to have the dry line moving east, roughly across the western half of the state during the afternoon hours, which will bring westerly winds and a very unpleasant amount of dry, hot air. Eastern half of the state will remain more humid with southerly winds. During the overnight hours, that dry line will shift back west, bringing southerly to southeasterly winds back to at least the eastern two-thirds of the state. Now, you can see this model is trying to produce a few showers at times over the next couple days. If it happens, hey, congratulations. In all likelihood, it'll evaporate before reaching the surface and produce gusty winds. Otherwise, we do not expect appreciable precipitation over the next several days in the state of Texas. Don't worry, though. We'll be talking thunderstorm chances. Here's the wildfire outlook for the next few days with a summertime air mass in place. Yes, we're back to this again. We're looking at very high fire danger across the western third of Texas today and tomorrow. The Panhandle, West Texas, the Permian Basin, the Big Bend, the Trans-Pecos, the borderland of far west Texas, down to portions of the Concho Valley and Edwards Plateau. On Thursday, things may be a little less intense, but we're still expecting high to very high fire danger across the western third of Texas. It does not take long for things to dry out when temperatures are in the triple digits, and it's drier than a popcorn fart. Oh, by the way, it's going to get hot. Speaking of which, here's this afternoon's high temperature forecast. This looks a lot like summer, and that's not good. Temperatures well into the triple digits. The Big Country, the Concho Valley, Central Texas, the Hill Country, the Permian Basin. We're looking at temperatures of 99 to 104 degrees. Today, 104 in Austin, 105 in San Antonio, 108 to 110 in Del Rio, 107 in Laredo. You'd be mistaken thinking this was August. This is pretty nasty for even August, so record high temperatures, you bet your behind. It's not unusual to hit 100 degrees in mid-May in Texas. It is unusual for it to be 110 in mid-May in August and, 105 plus in parts of the Hill Country. 80s in the Panhandle, 80s Northeast Texas, East Texas, into the Golden Triangle, where higher humidity will make it feel closer to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to be in the 90s, Southeast Texas and the Brazos Valley. DFW, only 97 today. Still very hot, in fact, near record hot. Tomorrow, record hot. In fact, it'd be near record hot any time of the summer for Texas. Guess what? 101 DFW, 106 in Austin, 108 San Antonio, 111 to 114 Laredo up to Del Rio. Hill Country, we're looking at 105 to 108, 101 in Abilene, 103 in San Angelo, 100 to 101 Odessa Midland, 96 Lubbock, 88 in Amarillo. Mid-80s Northwestern Panhandle, 89 in El Paso. We're looking at 92 to 96 in Marfa, Alpine, 104 in Fort Stockton, 101 in McAllen, 97 to 98 in Houston, 100 in Bryan College Station. Mid to upper 90s East Texas, where the humidity will be higher, so it's going to be very unpleasant. Yes, that is very hot for May. That is very hot for August. You are not mistaken. It is going to be extremely hot tomorrow. And yeah, we're going to break a lot of record high temperatures and probably some of our hottest ever May temperatures in the state of Texas. Not great. Not good. If this is a preview of summer, then I'm sorry. But this stretch of summer will at least be shorter lived for the northern half of the state. Here's a look at the upper level jet stream going over the next several days. Now, we're going to have an area of high pressure located over the Gulf. That is helping to bring that summertime heat ridge essentially into the state the next couple of days. As we transition into Thursday, Friday, into the weekend and early next week, we're going to start to see that jet stream dip back down, and that's going to bring some southwesterly flow aloft to at least the northern half of Texas going into the weekend and early next week. Now, one consequence of us having such warm temperatures now is we're going to have a very strong cap aloft. That cap is essentially a lid on the atmosphere that is going to prevent thunderstorm development on a widespread scale. Going into the weekend, early next week, we're probably going to see enough upper-level lift across at least parts of Texoma, North Texas, Northeast Texas, to generate afternoon thunderstorm chances. We may even see on Saturday and Sunday some of those chances in Central Texas, the Brazos Valley. So there are a couple consequences of that. One, if it's raining, it's not going to be 100 degrees. But two, we're not looking at widespread storms. We're looking at isolated scattered storms. And a consequence of it being hotter than a popcorn fart is any storms that fire are probably going to be throwing out softball-size hail, damaging winds. Tornado threat? This weekend, cloud bases are going to be so high because of the very warm temperatures. The tornado threat, we're still pretty far out, but it doesn't look super duper scary right now. A hail wind, you bet your behind. If it's 100 degrees, we're going to have hail wind, no problemo. So I guess the consequence is storm chances return beginning this weekend, and then probably into early next week at least, as an active pattern persists, at least across parts of northern Texas, northeast Texas, Texoma. Dry line is going to be east of the Panhandle in West Texas, meaning y'all are going to stay dry. Southern half of the state, you're going to be close enough to that upper level heat dome in the Gulf of, well, whatever you want to call it, that we are likely going to see lower chances for storms and summertime temperatures persist. And as we take a look at the temperature forecast, here's Thursday's high temperatures. You can see as we start to see that pattern change occur, northwestern half of the state, temperatures are going to be comparatively cooler, highs in the 70s and 80s, which is a far more pleasant experience than the southeastern half of the state, where triple-digit temperatures will persist. Friday, well, guess what? We're back in the upper 90s, Concho Valley, Permian Basin, into the northwest Texas. And then on Saturday, similar story. 80s in the Panhandle, West Texas, the borderland of far west Texas down into the Guadalupe Davis Mounds. We're looking at 90s and triple digits, eastern 75% of Texas. Here's forecast rain totals over the next 7 days across the continental United States into parts of Canada. You can see we are expecting the chance for precipitation to return east of the dry line across portions of North Texas, Texoma, the Big Country, the Concho Valley. At this point, we're not looking at widespread rains. This is not going to be an event where the entire state gets rain. In fact, most of you will not, unfortunately. Where the rain chances end up, well, that's going to be a day-to-day thing, and one that is not likely to be well represented on this map in terms of widespread rain. We're just going to have to wait and see. A lot more miss than hit. Best rain chances across the northern plains of the United States into parts of the Great Lakes, the Tennessee Valley, and the Mid-Atlantic, Delmarva of the eastern United States, and parts of the western United States. So we are starting to get into a summertime pattern where we may not see a whole lot more rain, but at the same time, it's only mid-May. I don't want to say we're done, because it is very possible we switch back into a far more active pattern late May into early June, if it's one of those years. We're just going to have to wait and see. But for now, the next few days, I don't care if it's May or August, it's summer. It is very, very, very much a Texas summer. The next couple of days is going to be hot. So we're going to have to be mindful of that, especially since it's the first big heat wave of the summer. Our bodies aren't accustomed to it yet. So please take it a little easy on yourself. Drink plenty of fluids, water. And if you start feeling ill, nauseated, dizzy, take a break in the shade or air conditioning. As always, you can get your local weather forecast, interactive weather radar, daily Texas weather roundups, and more in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Just search for Texas Storm Chasers or you download apps to your device. You can also find us on the web, TexasStormChasers.com. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Yeah, actually tomorrow morning with your next edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Until then, y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. God bless.